Hi, beautiful people. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. We are here. It is Inauguration Day. And I wanted to take a look at the transits for today because the transits are crazy. Okay. And I actually made some sayings, some little titles for the transits today so that you guys can understand them. Okay. So the first one is for the stellium in Aquarius. Okay, we currently have Saturn, Jupiter, and Mercury in Aquarius. All right, and this energy is very strong, very potent, and it's only going to get stronger as the sun moves into Aquarius later on. But right now, today, for Inauguration Day, this stellium in Aquarius is doing something very interesting. I call the stellium in Aquarius aliens attack. Okay. Um, and what are they attacking? Well, they're attacking the Uranus conjunct Mars. Okay. So this stellium in Aquarius is going to be in a challenging aspect to Uranus conjunct Mars, which I call the Hunger Games. Welcome. So, if we put it all together, I have entitled this Aliens Attack the Hunger Games. So, let's dive into what this means astrologically as far as how the planets are working itself out, what is actually going on. We're going to look at this globally because this is what is happening for this day, but I also want you to consider your chart, consider your birth chart, and I'll be also speaking to where these aspects are happening in your birth chart. So, first of all, if you're new here, this is and if you're new here, disclaimer. You have to make sure that you know how to read your birth chart. This is the picture of where the planets were when you were born. You can do this by going to astro.com and typing in your birth chart information, which is your birthday, your birthplace, and your birth time. If you don't know your time, and you'll get half of the chart. You won't get the full chart. Okay. So basically, you need to know that you have all of the planets in your birth chart, which are very impactful to your life and your tendencies. And you are also all of the zodiac signs, and they are too impactful of your life, your tendencies, your purpose, your career, your money, your love. So it's so important to know your birth information. If you don't know, definitely look at astro.com, and you can also check out my course. It's called the Complete Astrology Reading Course, and it is updating every week. I add new lectures to it, but it will take you from basic, simple, and as the course is completed by me, all the way to advanced. Okay. So that's for my newbies or people who want to dive more in learning astrology. Okay, so let's take a look at aliens attack. We've got Mercury and we've got Saturn and Jupiter, which in the end of last year, early December 2020, we had the Great Conjunction. So these energies are slightly moving apart, but they're still pretty close together. Um, Influences are still happening in the idea of them mixing together. Saturn is authority, respect, reputation, okay? And Saturn is government. What are the rules that you're supposed to follow? What are the policies? What are the consequences? Okay. And then Jupiter is with Saturn, expansion, fortune, luck, protection, happiness, optimism, perspectives, cultures, right? Seeing things from the big point of view. That's why it's with cultures. So we're looking now at this combination, right? Squaring off with all of the energy in Taurus. So this combination is pulling from the Aquarius energy. So we're looking at the wider perspective. What is the when you bring in Aquarius, it becomes beyond human. It becomes more technological. It becomes more about progressive. Um, and so it also is connected to where we're going, which is in Pisces, right? It's that bridge into the astral realm. So Aquarius is the journey through space and the time continuum. It is the journey of human shifting into the astral realm, right? Or the ancestral realm. That is Aquarius. So with Saturn here, Saturn is manifesting this journey for us globally. It's manifesting us from just our human basic needs, concerns, worries, and perspective into a more spiritual perspective. And Saturn is challenging you to make that journey. Okay. And any lessons around Aquarius will be involved in how detached and aloof are you to the point that have no feeling, no concern about something that is bigger than yourself. Okay. So, Aquarius, we can have a shadow side of being only about those, right? And almost slightly too aggressively so, to the point that we are detached from humanity and become a machine or a droid or a machine, like a you become a actual manifesting a toy for the higher beings or the ones in charge to utilize. So if you don't with the journey of Aquarius, if you don't step into your humanity, then you can become non-human or soulless is really it, because you left your humanity in Capricorn. All right, so this is why it's aliens, because it's foreign energy. We're trying to tap into what is outside of just what makes us human. And we're really trying to figure out if this very thing that we can see is bigger than even what we can understand as a human. Then we actually become even more in tuned with our humanity. So we take ourselves from the darker and negative side of Aquarius into the more enlightened side of Aquarius, which is creating progressive ideas, innovative projects, and solutions for the greater good of all. They, when you are in your Aquarius light, and because you all have Aquarius in your chart, this is where you are a genius. It's because you have become the bridge between humanity and the other realm. And this is a lesson that we all must learn. And I think that what we're seeing here is the breaking down, which is why I'm calling this the falling tower. It's the breaking down of what we know ourselves to be, because from humanity's perspective, it's been only concerning humanity and not, you know, the world, Earth, how is Earth perceived in space to other beings, to other life out there, like to really consider those perspectives, right? What are we? And this is going to help pull us together by experiencing this tower moment today. Now, humanity is being challenged, right? Our humanity is being challenged by the Hunger Games. So, when we look at Taurus in your chart, this is an energy that has to do with how people take advantage, because Taurus is ruled by the bull, the cow, right? These are animals that are used strongly, not just symbolically, but in physical culture, in cultures, they're used strongly to help humanity, to feed humanity. This is why I call Uranus conjunct Mars the Hunger Games, because what we're doing is we're using the bull energy. We're using that nurturing, sensual energy to help feed humanity. Um, and this has maybe been overused. This may have been taken advantage of. Okay. So the bull is being awakened to its own slavery. Okay. And everywhere you have Taurus in your chart, your inner bull, right? The part of you that becomes taken advantage of, the part of you that is unappreciated or that is just used and abused. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you have people riding bulls, like you milk cows, like the cows feed a lot of people. So this part of you that is being fed to others, right, is awakening itself to the fact that it is very much so being just used as a piece of meat. And where we have Taurus in our chart is where we rely on this energy. You know what I'm saying? It's stubborn and fixed for a reason. If we didn't have that, we wouldn't have stability. But now we are being challenged because this Hunger Games that we experience in what we eat and nourish and feed ourselves is being awakened. Okay, so it's like your food is being awakened. It's also like your money is being awakened when we look at this globally, because Taurus also rules over well, especially in America, the financial industry. But Taurus itself is about security, and what we use for security is money, and that's how we also connect Taurus to the income and the worth. And so with Uranus here, Uranus is also awakening us the use of money, how money is used, wanting some sort of freedom, wanting some sort of digitalized, electronic, progressive move towards the bettering of humanity and freeing the animal, freeing the cow, or freeing the bull, freeing the part of you that feels like a piece of meat. Very, very, very powerful energies that we're dealing with. Okay, so I hope that my aliens attack the Hunger Games idea is making a little bit of sense to you guys, and this is what is creating what I would say is the tower moment today, because Uranus brings through shocking, surprising kind of energy. Now we've already been dealing with that to a degree, but today it becomes even more so amplified with the fact that Uranus, which is shocking, electricity, energy, awakening, boom, light bulbs on, off, going off in your head, genius, hair, electrified, right, is going to be in a harmony. It is kind of harmonious, but what it is it's mixing. It mixes with Mars, the planet of war, the planet of fighting. Okay. But Mars is in Taurus. So Mars isn't as strong here, but Mars is still being electrified by Uranus, making it a different type of strength, a different type of aggression, a different type, a rare type of confrontation. Okay. A rare type of confrontation with Uranus conjunct Mars. And this rare confrontation electrifies us. Okay. So this could be pertaining to money, the monetary system. This could be pertaining to food, because like I said, this is the Hunger Games. This could be just pertaining to anything that is stable, that has been stable, that is um rotten, or overused. Wherever that is in your life is being freed, it's being awakened. Okay. Let's also add, since I love talking about Lilith on my channel, that we are 4 degrees from Lilith, which is not a strong conjunction, but it's close enough, which is the dark side of the moon, this deep witchy succubus um, energy that is feels so deeply for feeling outcasted. Okay. So there's a deep feminine goddess like energy that is also wanting to be felt and feels underappreciated, is feeling overused, and is also playing a very major part in the combining of the awakening, right, and the rare awakening, the rare electric light bulb coming off. Okay, now all of this energy is going to square Jupiter, is squaring Jupiter, has been squaring Jupiter, continues to get tighter with Jupiter. And today, this is no joke. Now, if you guys have ever watched the Hunger Games, you'll know that when they are, I believe they're called the tributes, when they are in the jungle, they can have people who invest in them and send them little gifts while they're like, if they're hurt or they like need medicine or whatever, if you've ever watched the Hunger Games. So this square to Jupiter is what I would say is their secret support or your hidden support. Because Jupiter will expand things, making them feel larger than life, but at the same time, it brings in a protective energy. Okay, so Jupiter is important in the stellium in Aquarius right now. Jupiter plays that role of making things bigger than they are, but that helps you to see the drama. It helps you to see where you're the audience or what audience you're trying to captivate, or are you the audience, right? Helping you to have a better perspective. The problem is that it's a square, so you may not see it as a secret support. You may not see that it is protection to you. You may feel like you are lacking protection, or you don't have someone in your corner, or someone on your side, someone in your clan, someone in your group, that you need that support from right now. But it is there. It's just coming through in a very rare way, and you just can't see it. Quite often in astrology, we have these aspects, challenging aspects, which are called squares. And a square is like when you're standing on one corner and the other aspect is standing on the other corner, so you guys can't see each other. Okay? So you have to try to see, you have to try to look. Um, with this energy, you have to try to stand back, right? Take a step back. What's up, Lada 485? What's up, Yvette 305 Capricorn? Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know. Do you guys have any planets, personal planets in Taurus? And if you know the degree, let me know too. Okay. And if you have any personal planets in Aquarius, let me know as well. Lotta 485 says Jupiter is squaring her Venus and Pluto right now. Okay, so Pluto with Venus is really the thing that Jupiter is expanding, which is deep psychological understandings of why you attract what you attract, right? And maybe some sort of death and rebirth towards love life and romance, right? So where you have Venus ruled energy right now, it's very much so being analyzed. It's a very freeing movement. This is the Me Too movement. This is the or the anti Me Too movement. It's all about what it is that the feminine energy is supposed to be portraying, is supposed to be for the free world, for the new world. And this is why in my little videos, this is where I'm getting this interpretation from. It's from Lilith, because she adds a darker goddess energy to it, a more deeper emotional energy to it. And when we look at how all of this energy with Lilith, Uranus, and Mars is being challenged, it's from Aquarius, who is holding the water, holding the feminine energy, right? So, how do you hold your emotions? How do you care or take care of your emotions, or where do you put them in a time like this, in a moment like this today? And that's really what I feel like is also an underlining message that's coming through. Um, so if you have any personal planets in Taurus, okay, that means if you spend the early degrees, because this is around like 6, 7 degrees. So like from 2 degrees to 10 degrees Taurus. This is where you're the most you're being the most hit right now by the Uranus conjunct Mars energy. Okay. And depending on the planet, consider that planet being a tribute in the Hunger Games. So if you have a sun in Taurus, then your sun, your authority, your self expression is fighting in the Hunger Games, right? And you're hoping that the aliens will attack, which is that moment in the Hunger Games where they break through the shell of the dome, right? So that you can be freed and not be used anymore for the pleasures of the higher, hierarchy. If you have the moon here, it's the same thing. So that's your emotions being in the Hunger Games, like your comfortability, what makes you feel safe, what makes you feel good versus what doesn't. Your emotions are in the Hunger Games. Your emotions have been used for the pleasures and entertainment of others and for feeding others. And you too are looking for that aliens attack so that you can be freed. Okay. So Taurus and Aquarius, they're the same, but they don't see that they're the same. They're both very committed, but they're committed in different ways. They both could complement each other, but they fight over what it is that makes them, what makes them right. And this is a chance in which Aquarius has infiltrated Taurus, showing Taurus the way in which to truly be freed. But Taurus will fight against Aquarius energy of being freed, because Taurus is stuck in their ways as well. Okay, so this is the Hunger Games versus the Hunger Games being attacked by aliens. Okay, so if you have Mercury here, then that is your Mercury planet being used in the Hunger Games. Okay, wanting to be free so that you can express yourself, right? Create media that makes you feel like you're being heard, like your message is being felt, that people want to change their ways because of the things that you say. If your Venus is here, then your love, your beauty, and your love life is being placed in the Hunger Games, and people are feeding off of it. And it wants to be free. Maybe there's parts of your energy that has only just dated one type of person, one type of, um, you know, uh, status of a person, or something like that. So that wants to be freed. And maybe we see here that we have been trapping ourselves all along. I feel like that's the entire chart, is that where we feel like we think we have been need freedom, right? Where we feel like we've let me let's go. Where we feel like we've been imprisoned is actually where it is that we can be free. Um so it's actually where our freedom lies. So it's not trying to break out of the prison, but seeing that you're free already. And then the whole prison just kind of like disappears. Okay, so if you have Mars in Taurus, then your action, your physical body, your activity is being in the Hunger Games. And maybe people are using you for how strong you are, or for doing things for them or whatever, and that is how people eat from you or take advantage of you. And you too are wanting to be you know, infiltrated or attacked from the aliens to free yourself. Um, what's left? If you have Jupiter here, Jupiter's your wisdom. So maybe people are not, either they're taking advantage of your wisdom, or taking or copying your, copywriting your works, or they're not seeing you as wise enough. So your wisdom is in the Hunger Games being taken advantage of. Um, a lot of 45. My love life has been in the Hunger Games. Man, that's tough. But now it can be free. Now it can be free. Um, Saturn, if you have Saturn in Taurus, and that means that your Saturn is being used in the Hunger Games. And this is about your authority. This is, you maybe have cowered too much from the authority of others, and it's not fair, it's not necessary anymore. So you being your own boss has been in the Hunger Games, and wishing to be freed. And so the aliens are coming to attack. Lilith, if you have Lilith in Taurus, right? That means that your darker desires, your darker needs, like the things that really compel you to want the things that you want, has been in the Hunger Games, and being taken advantage of and being used by others, but maybe not for the betterment of your own desire. So your desires are being channeled, that is being channeled into others, and you too are wanting to be freed from that Hunger Games. You don't want people to feed off of your pain. You don't want people to feed off of like pushing you out, of pushing you, casting you out, casting your darker energy out. People feed off of dark energy. So you too are looking for that stellium in Aquarius to free you, right? Something foreign, something weird, something electrifying, something genius, right? That's what we're looking for. So thank you, Five. Thank you so much for the donation. Peace and love. Okay, you guys. And then all of this energy is being squared by Jupiter. Okay. Yvette said her Lilith is in Aquarius. So if you have Lilith in Aquarius, we're gonna get to personal planets in Aquarius, but we'll start with Lilith. If you have any personal planets in Aquarius, let me know. Drop down your personal planets in Aquarius. So if you have personal plans in Aquarius, you're the one that is doing the freeing, but you're also under watch, evaluation by Saturn. Okay. So you don't have 100% say all, right? It's a test of if the power was in your hands, how would you use it? Would you use it for self gratification only, or would you use it to better improve humanity? So that's for you if you have personal planets in Aquarius, okay? And so the planet that you have in Aquarius is having the capacity to free Taurus, to gain more power so that you can use it for either yourself or for humanity, or both if you can figure it out. And you're under a test to see what you would do with this power to free, okay, to electrify Taurus energy. So you are the aliens attacking, okay? So let's start with Lilith and then we'll go into Venus. So if you have Lilith in Aquarius, your Lilith, your dark goddess energy, which is actually extremely genius, but how you handle um, differences in groups, right? Especially if you're elevated, you're Lilith in Aquarius, then you have a deep ability to tap into the psychological desires of people. And this is, you are very exotic. And so this energy compels people to want to be free because it's very intoxicating. It's very, it's like having sex with an alien with Lilith in Aquarius. So this is very, very enticing. And this provides for people to be awakened to where they've trapped themselves as far as their own sexual desires and how to solve things that hurt them very deeply. When somebody is hurt very deeply, um, sometimes we go to a counselor, sometimes we go to drugs, you know what I'm saying? So learning how to solve things, um, solve deep pain, in a way that is more enlightening, is more progressive. So this is the power that you have to entice people, to be intoxicating to people. Lilith in Aquarius right now, and it will free them. So Venus, if you have Venus in Aquarius, the way that you love and how that you love is very important right now, and it's going to help free a lot of people. People are going to be able to understand the multi dimensions of love from a more intellectual point of view. And it's actually very genius because in this possibility is the greatest potential to love all types of people, all types of backgrounds, diversity, intermingling, um, because Venus in Aquarius loves all life, right? So it's beyond even just humanity. So you have now the power to free people in love. You have the power to help people see where they've been stuck in love, or to held on to the past, right? Too much in their emotions and not carrying the right emotions forward in love. And this is the key, forward in love, because Aquarius is about progression, it's about moving forward. Um, if you have Mars in Aquarius, then your energy, your Mars is like an alien attacking and freeing people. And your Mars energy is like how you act, like how you respond physically to something, how you carry your body, how you move every day. So if you've got Mars in Aquarius, it's your sexuality. So it's your body, your physical body, assertion, aggression, kinetic body, freeing people. This could definitely be somebody who's like literally pulling people and carrying people, because it's Mars. But it's also sexual attraction, sexual hunger. So it is your sexual appetite that could actually be freeing to people right now, right? You could be also more than willing to be confrontational outside of sexual and sexual pleasures. It could also just be confrontation because Mars is either, I always say Mars is either fucking or fighting, right? So it could also be in the way that you're fighting or defending or protecting somebody, that your Mars frees somebody. So this is really a powerful place. This is like, that superhero you see in the movies. Um, if you have Mercury in Aquarius, then your Mercury, your communication, your message, the message that you have, this is deep internet blogging influencer. If you've got Mercury in Aquarius, you're um, knowing how to hack the system, and through that you're able to um, penetrate through trends, and just boring trends, by the way, and help people to see where it is that they're just not being authentic. They're not being authentic with how they're portraying themselves when they're putting themselves out into the world. So your message is highly established here to help people to be freed in the way that they perceive themselves and act towards each other, socialize and communicate with one another, helping people to have, even freeing their language barriers, even freeing their yeah, their language barriers is really freeing them from their language barriers. That I have to say that 3 times. Okay. So if you have moon in Aquarius, then your emotional state is an alien right now, freeing people from how it is that you feel. So is going to allow people to be free. How is it that you feel is um highly established, helping people to see that your feelings are so impactful that it makes people want to be different, move different, act differently towards you, around you. Your feelings makes people think more about their feelings. Um, and are their emotions valid? Are emotions valid? Are feelings valid? People can go in deep analysis of inner self because of your moon in Aquarius helping people to be free. Um, if you have the sun in Aquarius, then this is you shining and expressing and having pride about your stance on humanity, and what you believe about how we're all interconnected. And it is this expression and this pride that you have about yourself and where you are amongst your friends and your people that is going to help free you and others, going to help you to see where it is that you've trapped yourself, but also to show others where it is that they have not been thinking big enough. They haven't been expressing or acting big enough. They've been too trapped by criticism or too trapped by their own, s- excuse me, stubbornness. Okay, so yeah, so these energies are working out globally, but they're also working out personally within your chart. And so how Aquarius and Jupiter, I'm sorry, how Aquarius and Taurus act in your chart are that they don't see each other in the fact that they both want the same things. They both want commitment. Aquarius wants an open mind, and Taurus wants to be adored and nourished and seen as its goddess self. Okay, and Taurus part has been is going through major freedom, and Aquarius is a part of the freedom, whether Taurus accepts it or not. All right, and so we can actually now go through the chart. This is going to be based off of your rising sign, okay? You need to know your rising sign. If you don't know your rising sign, what you have to do is go to astro.com, look at the chart, and you'll see that it is the sign on the left, right? It is the sign that has ASC initials next to it. That is your rising sign. That is the zodiac sign that was rising at the time of your birth. and it speaks to how it is that you enter and portray yourself into the world. It is the mask that you wear. Okay. All right. So, um, let me pull up the chart so I have my reference. Okay. So we'll start with Aries rising and we'll briefly go through everyone in order to we'll briefly do a rundown on how Aquarius and Taurus are fighting for Aries rising and the rest of the zodiac. Uh and also we'll talk about the square to Jupiter. Keep in mind that even though it is very dominant today, this Uranus conjunct Mars I'm talking about for Taurus, that this is still going to be strong after today and for the following weeks. So basically, this message is very potent for you from now until mid February. Okay. And even a little bit after that, but at least from now until mid February for sure. Okay, so for Aries rising, you have Mars and Uranus, the Hunger Games, in your second house of income. So this is where you've been taken advantage of, you've been feeling like you're underappreciated, and this is what is wanting to be freed. So it's very much so that Uranus conjunct Mars is bringing a shocking, um, electrifying freedom to the way that you make money, giving you great possibilities to be progressive also and to move quickly, move forward with your money. Lilith here is going to make you really desiring some exotic things and wanting a better life for yourself, feeling like an outcast with the way that people have treated you before, with how they've paid you before, with how they've seen your worth before. And you're just not about that life no more, Aries rising. So I feel like this freeing, right? This agent, this alien that's attacking you in the hunger, helping to free you in the Hunger Games, is coming from Aquarius, which for you is rulership over your friendships. So there is a deep connection to friends, and they're going to be embodying these energies. You might have one very wise friend, one very dictatorial type of friend, one fun, creative friend, one very analytical friend. And these friends, these groups of friends, are going to help free you into the new way in which you're going to make your money aggressively and sensually too. It's going to be one of the best things that has happened towards you in a long time when it comes to actually feeling like you're free. And so that is for Aries rising. Now for Taurus rising, you have, I'm sorry guys, I got to go back. The one thing I didn't mention for Aries rising is that specifically Jupiter is going to be protecting you, okay, and expanding the upheaval that is happening. But always remember that the upheaval that is happening is also because it's protecting you. It's ensuring the freedom will happen, okay? All right, now moving to Taurus rising. Taurus rising, you have Mars conjunct Uranus on your rising. All right. Now, some of you, it may not be right on it. It might be a little bit after, it might be a little bit before. So you do have to check your chart. Um, but this is going to free your identity, free your personality, and the quirks of your personality are coming through, are strikingly shocking to yourself and to those around you. And people, you're going to be meeting new people. More people are wanting to check out the bizarre Taurus energy right now. So people are going to want to be your audience and they're going to want to understand like or see this voluptuous, sensual, aggressive, more stronger Taurian energy for you, Taurus rising. And what is happening is that you're being freed by these aliens in Aquarius, which is your career. So there are important beings that are in Aquarius right now, and they are here to help you see that you have not been your truest self. And maybe by working on your reputation, right? Working on how you represent yourself and how you what career and legacy do you want to leave behind? Working on the true career, right? That you will free your identity, you will free your personality, and the more authentic you is going to be coming through because now you're more prestigious than you've ever been. So you have just been taken advantage of because you have not freed yourself into the proper career. And this is going to come an alarmingly aggressive speed, an alarmingly aggressive speed for you to get it, for you to get it. And you are going to be squared by Jupiter, which is going to expand the upheaval and the falling tower that is coming towards you so that you get it. That what you thought you were supposed to be doing, you were not thinking big enough and you weren't thinking outside of yourself enough. It's bigger. We have to think and envision bigger, is what Jupiter squaring this energy is all about. Okay. Now, for Gemini rising, okay, you guys are having Mars conjunct Uranus in the area that has to do with your subconscious and your connection to heaven, the ancestors, the astral realm, the end of the journey, the end of your journey, beyond the end of your journey. Okay, so how much is it that you have not really connected to the end? And what the end looks like for you. And that's a very big thing here because maybe you were stuck in one way of seeing it, or people were using you and taking advantage of you and making you see their end, but their end is not your truest end. So, what is it that is going to bring closure and endings to you so that you can move beyond the end and into heaven and into the space of bliss that you may have been fighting against? And this is a deep, sensual, sexual place, right? Which is tied to beyond no boundaries, no more boundaries. And so you're going to be freed. You're going to be freed by a spiritual teacher, various spiritual teachers. Um, some of them are old, some of them are new, and a lot of them are creative types. And so these people are going to help pull you out of the projection of what the end was supposed to be and put you into a different one. Your ancestors feel like they have been outcasted. Maybe you haven't been really acknowledging them, really speaking about them. You speak about a lot of things, but how much are you going to speak about the angels who have had your back the whole time, Gemini rising? Your North Node, oh, I got to talk about the North Node because you're the one who has it. And that North Node is important right now, okay? It's 4 degrees from a trine with Mercury in Uranus. So Mercury is the alien that will free your North Node, free up your destiny. You have to speak up. You have to acknowledge those who have been supporting you and taking care of you. And you will be freed. So moving into Cancer rising, you guys have Mars conjunct Uranus in an area that has to do with your friendships and your organizations and your social status. Okay, your social status, social um, manipulation. Mars and Uranus are trying to repair your friendships and your social ability to manipulate yourself within the right types of friendship groups that you should or shouldn't be a part of. You may have been a little bit stuck in seeing that how you operate amongst these people is only one way. And there's some alien like figure for you, Cancer rising, that is coming from um that is really more connected to a deep, intimate counselor, psychologist, or partners, intimate partners. You have a small collection of these people that you can go to, and they help you to work out your deeper your your mind and wrap your mind around what is it that you really want. Okay, these are the aliens. They're bizarre, and they're the ones who come and they're going to free you up so that you can free yourself into a higher social status. all right? And this is about you also gaining the support, the financial support to support you in your endeavors. So, very uh not very nice. Like the way that they speak may not even be as, compelling for you, which can throw you off because your way they say it is not what to focus on. It's what they're trying to say to you that matters the most. And that's that alien trying to free you so that you're a better friend. And when you're a better friend, you're stronger socially, right? Because you're thinking less about appearance and you're thinking more about value. Okay? Less about how you look to the person and if they like you and the shallow end of it, and more about do they do they truly value you? Like, do they use me or do they value? Do they want to make me better or do they just, take me and run? That's that Cancer rising, working that out, freeing themselves. Okay, helps you to be less private and more in the world, which you really truly do want, but don't know how to be. And it's through the gateway of your friendships that you can be more in the world, more prestigious, more successful. Okay, and the square from Jupiter that is happening is where the expansion is going to show you where your tower is truly falling with a friend, and a fallout that had happened was truly a protective energy, showing you wisdom, and where it is that you need to change. So everyone's getting that shocking tower moment, right? So that's the key in understanding that everyone's getting the shocking tower moment. Um, so who's watching the inauguration right now? I'm like halfway going in between the windows just to see how it's going. Um, and if we look at the chart right now, the energy is crazy. Um, it's just strong red challenging lines. So it's even hard work to get through this because the energy is so strong. Let's keep it moving so that everybody gets their message. So Leo rising. If you have Leo rising, Mars and Uranus are unlocking you in your career house, and you have been stuck in only one career house. And I'm just thinking because I'm looking at Jennifer Lopez, and I feel like she's either Leo rising or Leo moon. So let's look her up right quick because she's singing right now, you guys. So let's see. Let's look up J Lo. Um, Yeah, so I knew that she was a Leo sun, but what's her rising? I guess we don't know. But she does have a Leo sun. She has a Lilith in Leo and Mercury in Leo. Okay, crazy because we're on Leo rising. And while we don't know if she has a Leo rising, she has a Leo sun. And we're about to break this J Lo's energy in mind. Okay, so for Leo rising, you have been very stagnant and stuck and being used and being taken advantage of so many times in your career. Um, and Uranus and Mars are aggressively, surprisingly freeing you to be in a way more prestigious place where you are to be recognized and um seen for the work that you have done and for the the time that you've put in to do it. Uranus is going to also awaken you to the possibilities that you have not seen because this is the area of the chart that's considered like the ceiling. So you're breaking ceilings in your career and how you have envisioned your career, and it's really quite amazing because you are also gaining the alien attack from Aquarius, which is happening in your partnership house, that committed partnership. And in fact, you have a few committed partnerships that you don't recognize that are truly blessing and protecting you. You may not see it. You may not see it. Sometimes it feels like a challenge, but what they do is free you. They're bizarre and they're quirky, and they help to free you so that you can free yourself. Okay, and some of these people might actually be your marriage partner. Some of them might be like a career, like a secretary, or yeah, like a assistant, a personal assistant. Some of you, this is a father figure. Okay, so you guys are these people are here to challenge you so that you can be freed, and they are going to be agents of your freeing, whether you like it or not. The tower moment that you're experiencing in the falling tower that you're experiencing in your career right now is being expanded by Jupiter for you to see that you're protected, and it feels larger than life. Whatever it is that you're going through, that's Jupiter, but it's under that. It's just saying this needs to happen for you to make this shift when it comes to your legacy. Okay, now let's moving into Virgo rising. All right, so if you have Virgo rising, that means that you have Mars conjunct Uranus in the area of teaching and spirituality, and you have been really working hard here, but you have not really seen how you could excel and progress even forward, and your teaching is about to become extremely progressive. Your way in which you the way in which you publish and speak to others, and the message, or the speech, the lecture that you have for others is undergoing a major expansive upheaval. This could either be that everything that you have said or done is taking down, or it is becoming almost elevated to the point of lasting for generations. Your teachings could be lasting for generations beyond life, your life. Very, very powerful energy, but it's really needing, in order to gain where you want envision your teachings to go. You have to be freed by the energy that is happening in Aquarius, which we call the aliens attack. Aliens are attacking you, right? So that your teachings can be freed. Um, in your workforce. So you may have some bizarre and quirky people in your job and who you work with that are showing you that the way that you work and how you operate and work, that is the free, well, that's where it starts. That's how you get to the point where you are able to creatively output a message that everyone will listen to and will follow and want to explore and study for themselves. That ability to influence people spiritually starts with the religious way that you go about your life, with the people that you work with, and just with your day-to-day life. Like, are you do you abide by your schedule like it's a religion? Do you abide by your lifestyle like it's a religion? Because if you're doing that, then you're going to be free. You're going to see where it is that you can expand. You can be called to travel in the beyond, right? You could be the one on the next rocket ship out. The possibilities are endless of where you could go, but maybe you've just been trapped and only going to one place, only traveling to one place, when you could have been traveling to so many different places. So the towering fall that is happening for you is going to be expanded by Jupiter, helping you to make sure that you don't stay in this rut, and expand your beliefs and your faith and your teachings and your traveling, so that you're exploring and really understanding the world, not just from one way of it, but from various different ways. Okay, so moving to Libra rising, if you have a Libra rising, then the conjunction of Mars and Uranus is awakening you in the areas of your intimate relationships. And this is dark goddess Lilith energy. So this is very prominent in this area of the chart because this is sexuality, and Lilith is feeling, has been feeling like an outcast, but now Lilith is expanding herself to become the true divine, um sexual sensual goddess that she is supposed to be in this life. And it's rare and it's different. It's like a pearl. It's like finding a rare, you know, a pearl. And you are learning how to become that rare goddess. Okay. And it starts from the trauma and the deep pain and understanding why it occurred in life, understanding what happened, because it's the eighth house of transformation, right? Understanding that it is almost given to you as a way to cocoon yourself so you can consistently transform. So the idea that may have been happening before is that you just stay in one place because that protects you. But what's the actual protection is you constantly changing, constantly transforming yourself, elevating yourself, progressively becoming something bigger, not something else, but something bigger. And it is through that process that you will be truly freed. And the agent of freedom, the alien that is attacking you so that you can see and gain this freedom, is coming from your creativity. Okay. That is where the alien is. Okay. And you have a few aliens in there, a few maybe they're all in one spaceship or they're from four different places. But what they are one is a student, one is a teacher, one is your manager, and one is you. Okay. And they are helping you to create and build new businesses, be an entrepreneur, do everything from scratch. If you create right now, right, you will see that that will help to free you. But this towering moment that is happening in your intimate affair is expansive and feels larger than life to remind you to let you see that there is no going back to just being this one way, but only moving forward in your transformation and metamorphosis. And Jupiter is going to be the main catalyst for that protection. Okay, when we look at Scorpio rising, you have Mars and Uranus opposite your energy in the house of partnerships. So this is like your committed relationships, your marriage partner, you know, those those friends that you've been with forever, some of them could be here too. And you might be dealing with some more combative energy right now. Maybe some passive aggressive, but or maybe more confrontational. But don't fall for it. Don't fall for it, because all that it is that partner wanting to be freed, not freed from you, but wanting to be freed. Maybe from the way that you act towards them, see them, interact with them, right? But also just in general. And if they are freed, you are freed, right? But this may be emotionally taxing for you. It might be something that you have to really learn where to humble yourself. And where do you humble yourself? By looking at the aliens who are attacking you from the home life. Okay, so these are the agents in your home that are in your family, who are moving in. Some are moving in, some are moving out. Some are calling for you to come and comfort them, right? Some are calling for you to um, share private matters with. And these people are, they feel very much so like they are intruding on your privacy, right? It's aliens attacking your privacy. But that's because they're helping you to be free in your relationships, because they're connected, but you can't see that they are connected. You can't see that the family and the relationship, that you can't keep them apart. It's like you're trying to keep them apart, but they must come together. You must integrate them. If you don't integrate them, then you will just remain stagnant. So there is a towering moment in your relationship that is going to pull you to gain advice from your family members, to gain a direction from your family members, so that you can see that it's bigger than just you and your partner. Okay, so this is an important thing that you're going through, because it's deeply related to how you socially progress in life. How are you going to socially express and progress yourself in life? And what is going to make you feel comfortable? What is truly comfort for you? That's a question. And so that towering moment is protecting you so that you can truly gain that comfort. There is a comfort that you're looking for. It's just not what everyone around you has shown you before, or what you've ever seen before, because it's uniquely yours, and that's what you're crafting. And it's crafted through these relationships. Okay, so Sagittarius rising. If you guys have Sagittarius rising, then Mars is conjunct Uranus in Taurus, which is related to your work environment. So your work environment is going through a major surprise and shocking upheaval. Okay, and this is a place of deep disharmony. It's not a place that is fun. And with Mars here, it can get very aggressive in the work environment. But what is really trying to happen here is for you to free yourself up so you're actually doing something that's your calling versus something that you're just supposed to do. Right? What's your calling? So your work environment is expanding so that you're working with an audience, a group of people, more people in the work environment, and more enlightening people. Okay. And so if you're not willing to change, then this towering fall will be way more difficult, because you might really be having to face uh, people who are telling you where they felt like you took advantage of them versus vice versa. Okay, the freeing agent, excuse me, the freeing agent are the aliens, the foreign exotic types of quirky people that are your friends and your like your extended family members, so like maybe an important cousin or step brother-in-law, or something like that, or a younger sister. But I feel a lot of masculine energy that is coming, and they're the ones that are going to help you to discover what is your true calling and what you're supposed to be doing every day. And maybe it's not that you need to discover it, but that you just have not truly taken action towards it. And that is what is happening for Sagittarius rising. And Jupiter is going to expand this towering moment. So it could be for some of you, it could be some of you guys taking on a bigger responsibility in your job. Or it could be just a complete shift, like a complete different um type of work that you are trying to embark on. Or it could be radically the same type of work, but now you're actually getting somewhere. Excuse me, sorry. Because Taurus energy and Uranus is it could be like everything changes or everything radically stays the same, but it's not that it expands, but it starts to multiply. So, like, if you were like a writer of a blog, then maybe you would start being a writer of 100 blogs, or 100 blogs would be wanting your work, right? So it's not just expand, but it's a multiplicate. It's like it's mathematics. It's like um, really copying it and making it be mimicked. Okay, so for Capricorn rising, if you're a Capricorn rising, then you have Mars and Uranus in the area of your children and your freedom and your romance and your creativity. And so this is definitely a sexual energy and some quirky sexual dating partners if that's what you're looking for. Or there's just a new amplification of romance that is trying to happen, or a towering moment in romance and dating that is uncovered and revealed and surprisingly shocking, because it helps you to see where it is that you've maybe just been dating the wrong types of people, or the same types of people that don't get you anywhere. or maybe there is finally a revealing of your truest romantic nature that um too has not been free. And now you have a chance to embody that, to understand others, to really, really be about others, and or one very specific other, right? And so where this is going to free you is in the monetary system. So there are agents that are helping to push you differently in different directions when it comes to how you make your money. Some of these might be some little siblings, some buddies. Some of these might be a coach. Some of these might be your boss, right? So and some of the it might just be you wanting to change how you make your money. So this here is going to help you. It's going to help you be stronger romantically because the worth that you feel is what is amplified and is being attacked. And these agents are helping you to see your worth and helping you to become a better lover. Okay? So the towering moment that is happening here is a protection for you so that you can become a better lover. Take heed of the advice that people are giving you about romance, love, and money. Okay? All right, so moving into Aquarius rising. Well, Aquarius rising, you are the alien attacking, right? When you walk in the room, you are an alien walking into a completely different, planet, universe, atmosphere. Okay? And with you being there, your presence is so heavy right now because Jupiter and Saturn are in your sign. Your classic ruled planet is in your sign. So you've come back to the old. You've come back to something old, something that you used to do, something that you used to be part of, a friend that you used to work with, a people that you used to rock with. You've come back. You've traveled to the past. Okay. And Aquarius, you guys are the agents of change. Aquarius rising, you're the agents of change, the alien, the foreign element that makes things shift. And that is going to happen deeply in that area that has to do with your home life and your privacy. I am seeing here that you might be shifting where you live, how you live, who's in your home, and you've been very stuck about this, but this is a very important thing because you are basically the only one that you can rely on right now. That's the message. This is not about anyone else when it comes to Aquarius rising. This is about you. And your ability to free yourself so that your home and living situation and your privacy and your inner world can be way more fulfilled. And this towering moment that you have will be one where you are the only one who can take responsibility for whatever is happening, while the rest of the zodiac can blame it on other people. You will be the one that will have no choice but to see that it is your own actions that manifest what it is that you envision for your home life and for your living situation. This towering moment will be coming from you, changing and taking out the foundations that don't work and repairing those foundations with things that do. Okay. Now for Pisces rising, Pisces, you guys will have Mars and Uranus in an area that has to do with communication and how you comprehend things, and also how you just interact with your neighboring people. The people that you just see like walking in their neighborhood or around you, and how you travel and move around your community, right? This is how you transit. This is what is actually shifting. There's a big, surprising, shocking thing that is coming and changing up the way that you move about in your community. And this is coming from an agent that is very ancestral. It's coming from your ancestors who are um, tapped into higher dimensions, other parallel worlds. Um, we have old ancestors, young. We have um, angels. You have you have all kinds of things going on here, Pisces, because it's in the 12th house of the other realm. So this is the aliens. You have alien contact coming through, and it is helping you to change how you move, to change how you travel. I could see very deep meditative practices being maybe introduced to you that help you to gain almost like a strong network to the other realm. If you haven't already, it's going to get even bigger. You might have thought that you had it down, but you have no idea how deep the well goes in your psychic abilities. So something very foreign is coming to show you that very thing. And the towering moment is going to be about something having to do with how you move, with how you transit, something being shut down, maybe, or something being taken away, or just something being given to you that gives you the access, the time that you need to access the inner world that really helps you to inform you about your state of mental health, of happiness, of true contentment. Okay? So that is for Pisces rising. So you guys, today is a very interesting day. The transits are not playing games. I would say this is not a drill. Thank you, Lada. Thank you, Nina. Oh my gosh, you guys. Nina says, I am the alien. And Five Angel says we're in a Mercury retrograde period right now. Yes, we are. Yes. Actually, starting yesterday and between yesterday and today, Mercury entered the shadow of where it's going to be going backwards and coming back towards as it goes into retrograde, which will be, I believe, either February 1st or like 2nd or something like that. Pinos Graham said, I literally broke up a 3-year relationship. I'm finally getting back to being creative, writing articles. Awesome, very accurate. Marsha, Scorpio rising in the building. Wanda, hello, peace and love, everyone. Yvette said her daughter just texted her about her singing. Oh my gosh. So I hope that you guys were able to get some insight into these transits. 2021 has some very, very impactful transits. This one is probably one of the top ones. Today's conjunction of Uranus and Mars, which we call the Hunger Games, and the stellium in Aquarius. Click and tune into whichever part of the talk today that entices you. And I just thank you guys so much for your support. I thank you so much for the donations. So we'll be bringing more recorded videos and doing more lives. And I just love you all. I really do appreciate the conversations. And thank you so much. Okay, you guys. So peace and love. Happy Inauguration Day. Stay safe out there. Remember that um, surprising and shocking and larger than life energy is the weather for today. So allow yourself to just be open. That's the alien part of Aquarius. Just be open and see what comes for you. All right. This could be an expansion of your own hopes and wishes on a level that you just never saw before, even if it seems like it's not at first. Okay. All right, y'all. Peace and love. Bye.